ladies, gentlemen, divine purpose is a concept that resonates deeply with many people, especially those who seek meaning beyond the everyday struggles of life. The idea that each person is chosen for something specific, something greater than what they might currently see, can be both comforting and motivating. It speaks to an internal truth that life isn't random, and your presence here is intentional. Many people move through life feeling overlooked, misunderstood, or simply ordinary, not realizing that their story, their experiences, and their unique qualities are part of a much larger plan. When someone truly begins to grasp the idea that they are chosen, it shifts the way they see themselves and their journey. They begin to understand that even their challenges have meaning. The disappointments, the delays, the doors that didn't open, all of it may be part of a carefully crafted path leading to something better than imagined. To believe that you have a divine purpose is to recognize that your life holds weight. Your talents, your struggles, your passions, even your weaknesses, they are not accidents. They are part of a design that is meant to shape you and position you to do something only you can do. It's easy to compare yourself to others and feel like you don't measure up, especially in a world that's constantly broadcasting highlight reels. But the concept of divine purpose reminds us that success and impact are not always visible on the surface. You may be making a difference right now in ways that don't seem obvious. A kind word, a small act of integrity, showing up for someone when you're tired. All of these are moments that carry unseen weight in the larger picture. There are times when people feel like they're stuck or falling behind, especially when life doesn't look the way they hoped it would by a certain age or stage. But the idea that you're chosen suggests that timing is not always yours to control, and that purpose is often being fulfilled in hidden seasons. Growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it's happening beneath the surface, quietly, steadily, invisibly, until the right moment comes. Just like a seed beneath the ground must endure darkness before it breaks through the soil, purpose often requires patience. But it also requires trust. Trust that what has been placed inside you was not put there by mistake and will emerge when it is ready. Often people think of calling as something grand or public, but a divine purpose can be just as powerful in the private moments. Raising a child with love and integrity, helping a friend through hard times, building something that serves others. These are just as significant as any stage or spotlight. The point is not how visible your purpose is, but how faithfully you walk in it. Sometimes the most life-changing impacts happen in the quiet, unseen corners of everyday life. And that is where being chosen matters most, when no one's watching, when there's no applause. But you do the right thing because it's in you to do it. Believing in your divine purpose doesn't mean everything will be easy or obvious. In fact, it usually means the opposite, that there will be resistance, distractions, and setbacks along the way. But those difficulties are not signs that you're off track. They're often signs that you're on the right path, because anything with meaning will face opposition. The key is to remember that if you've been chosen, then you've also been equipped. And maybe not with everything you think you need right now, but with exactly what you need for the next step. You don't have to know the entire plan. You just have to keep moving forward, trusting that purpose is not something you have to create. It's something you discover step by step. Progress often happens in ways we can't see or measure. In a world that thrives on instant results, visible achievements, and clear milestones, it's easy to overlook the quiet, steady movement that's happening beneath the surface. When things don't seem to be changing outwardly, it's natural to assume that nothing is happening. But that assumption is rarely true. Growth is not always loud. Transformation doesn't always come with flashing signs. Often, the most significant progress is the kind that unfolds quietly, in the background, preparing you for something greater. There are moments when you feel like you're stuck, spinning your wheels or going in circles. You put in the effort, you show up, you stay faithful, but the reward or breakthrough feels distant. In those seasons, it's tempting to give up or to believe that what you're doing doesn't matter. But unseen progress is still progress. The seeds you're planting today might not bloom tomorrow, but that doesn't mean they're not taking root. Just because you can't see the evidence yet doesn't mean your work, your patience, or your discipline is wasted. In fact, that invisible development is often the most essential part of the journey. It builds the character, the resilience, and the clarity you'll need when your moment finally arrives. Think of the way a caterpillar transforms inside its cocoon. No one can see what's happening during that phase, yet that's when the real change is taking place. If someone were to open the cocoon too early, the butterfly wouldn't survive. The timing matters. The struggle inside the cocoon matters. The process, however hidden, is not meaningless. It's the same with your own growth. Just because your progress isn't posted on a timeline or applauded by others doesn't mean it's not real. Often, the most important shifts in mindset, healing, or direction happen privately, away from the spotlight, where only you and your future are paying attention. Unseen progress also shows up in the way you react differently to situations that used to trigger you. It's in how you handle rejection with more grace, or how you recover from failure faster than before. It's in the self-awareness you've developed, the habits you're improving, and the boundaries you're learning to set. These subtle shifts are easy to dismiss because they don't come with awards or recognition, but they are signs that you're growing stronger, wiser, and more aligned with who you're meant to be. Another reason unseen progress is so powerful is because it often builds the foundation for lasting change. Quick wins can feel good, but if they're not rooted in deep internal work, they rarely last. On the other hand, progress that happens in silence, through consistency, reflection, and perseverance, tends to be more sustainable. It means you're not just chasing results, you're becoming the kind of person who's ready to hold on to the results when they come. There's integrity in that kind of growth. It's not flashy, but it's real. Sometimes, life asks you to keep moving forward even when you don't feel like anything is changing. That's when faith matters most. Not just faith in a higher plan, but faith in yourself and the value of the work you're doing. You might not be where you want to be yet, but you're also not where you used to be. Every day you keep showing up is a step forward. Every time you choose not to quit, you're building something that matters. Unseen progress reminds you that breakthroughs are often preceded by long seasons of preparation. The waiting, the wondering, the daily discipline, it all adds up. One day, what seemed like overnight success will actually be the result of all the unseen work you've done, so don't lose heart. You're closer than you think.